Howdy, welcome to my top 10 list for the general Summer Games Fest period. This is including State of Play from Sony, the Xbox Game Showcase, and Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest, I guess it's just called. I think they called it like something weird, like Summer Games Fest intro. It's like, well, this is like the whole thing, bro. Like, ain't nobody watching fucking indie showcase. That's not very nice. I guess indie games are cool, but I don't give a fuck. Yeah, so this is a top 10. It's gonna be subjective, but not too subjective, because my most, exciting game was James Bond 007. But starting my list at number 10 is 007 First Light. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we're getting a completely original James Bond game. And he's like 12 in this game. Well, he's not 12, but he's very young. He looks like a fucking teenager. And this game looks like it's made by the Hitman devs, but not in a bad way. I think that the fact that they're able to transition from making just like a stealthy shoot a guy in the head and run away kind of game to a game with actual gunplay, because I mean the gunplay in Hitman's not great, I think is really interesting. And it seems like the way they're talking about it, this is essentially what they've been building up to for the last 10 years of making games. Just ignore that game that just came out, Mind's Eye. I don't know if that was made by them or published by them, but that is a piece of shit. So hopefully they didn't make that. But yeah, it's at number 10 for me because I personally am very excited about it. I'm British, okay? So James Bond is kind of in my blood. But I understand that not everybody will be excited by it. Mostly... Whoa, my chair just fucking creaked! Mostly people who like the Hitman games, or people who are a Bondophile. I don't like that term. James Bond fan. And they used some great music. They used not only the James Bond theme, but they used the theme used in, I believe, Her Majesty's Secret Service, which means that, yeah, we might be getting peak, basically. So yeah, number 10 is 007 First Light. The next game is, again, this probably is higher for me, but it's also not the first time we've seen it. It wasn't announced here. I think this is the most we've seen of it, and it was pretty much the only thing from the Xbox Showcase I can really say was exciting, and that is Ninja Gaiden 4. It looks so bloody, so much action. It's like the revival of a genre that is long dead. Everything wants to be a Soulsborne game, But this is more like hack and slash, which we don't really get hack and slash these days. So I mean, hopefully it's that. If it's a fucking Elden Ring clone, then I'm not gonna be happy. It's gonna move to number 58 on my list. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4, and it also, hey, this really should go up on the list, because this game coming out also meant that Halo Infinite brought back the fucking Hayabusa helmet from Halo 3, which is just crazy. Hayabusa, it's just not what you're used to. Yeah, my number 9 is Ninja Gaiden 4. I think we'll do our first honorable mention here, which again was shown during, I don't know which showcase it was. I think it was during the State of Play. So honorable mention for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Kind of a weird name. This game just looks great. They showed more of it, but they also teased / announced basically that they are bringing back Metal Gear Online in the game. Now, if anyone remembers Metal Gear Online, that was I mean, it's still, you can still play it. I mean, you can play it on PC through servers and stuff, but that shit is so fun, and honestly could be a huge step to making me buy this game. Because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy this game. It's gonna be like $80, and I don't know if it's gonna be worth it. And the classic collection wasn't that much of a great port. It was okay. I'm just happy they ported stuff, but I don't know if I want to give money to Konami. But then Silent Hill 2 came out, I'm like, maybe Konami does deserve my money. So that is why it's getting an honorable mention, especially because it wasn't actually announced here. But we did get to see it. So what's that, 10 and 9, right? So 10, 9 honorable mention, so the next one would be number 8. I guess, again, this probably should be higher. But you know what, I don't think that many people care about it as much as I do. It's Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, which is like finally the Tactics remake that everyone who's a Final Fantasy fan, or especially a Tactics fan, has been waiting for. Like, it's been rumored for, what, I mean, that Nvidia leak was like, what was that, like 8 years ago? Something like that. So it's been rumored for a long time, and Tactics is the first Final Fantasy game I ever played, so, you know, I got a lot of memories. It didn't even, it's weird because I loved that game, but it didn't get me into Final Fantasy. I didn't go, yeah, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy now. I then didn't touch another Final Fantasy game till I played, like, well, I guess I played like 13 on the Xbox 360. But I definitely remember playing Lightning Returns, which is, you know, maybe don't start with the fucking, like, third game in a series, but... And then I basically didn't touch Final Fantasy again until 14. I think 11, I did play some 11, but that was pre, like, 13. So, like, my first, like, real, I mean, yeah, my first real Final Fantasy game, you could argue is between, like, Tactics, if you count it, and then after that, like, I mean, probably the first real one was probably 7 Remake. So number 8, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, which is a remake, but I get that not everybody will be excited for that, so that's why I'm putting it at number 8, even though on my list it would be probably like number 2. So a lot of these, I think so far, a lot of what I've mentioned is from the State of Play. So for number 7, it's about time that we pick something from actual Summer Games Fest. That game that I'm picking from Summer Games Fest is originally called Project Century. It's now called Stranger Than Heaven, and this is the new game by Ryoga Gotoku Studios. They make the Yakuza games, like they literally called like a Dragon Studios, I guess. This is their first like original like IP, I guess, like outside of Yakuza. This was originally called Project Century, as I said, and I think I've got, you know, I got some ideas about this. I think that this game takes place over kind of like a near 100-year period. It's going to start in the early 1900s, and I think it's going to end perhaps like in the 70s. Ironically, in the 70s, right before Yakuza starts, which is in, I think, the 80s. It's while the Japanese like bubble economy was going. Yeah, so this game, I mean, we don't know much about it, but I get the idea that this guy might be like immortal. And that's why Stranger Than Heaven is like, you know, you can't go to heaven. So this, yeah, I don't know, something relating to that. And the reason that, yeah, because of the original name Project Century, takes place over a century. I think that it's really like staring us in the face what it's about. And you also like have the guy be like, what are you then? And he's like, I don't fucking know, man. I got blue eyes. He's very beautiful, man. Like his hat. Looks kind of homeless, actually, but yeah. Looks like me. So yeah, I'm putting this at number 7 because we don't really know much about it. That's the thing. We've not even really seen that much gameplay. I think there was like maybe 20 seconds of gameplay shown so far. I mean, it's got very similar to Yakuza gameplay, but maybe a bit more kind of like the drunk fighting style, maybe. Or a homeless fighting style, whatever that means. Just a guy who gets the shit beaten out of him, and then he gets up and he's like, I can do this all day. So yeah, it looks fun, and I'm interested to see more. So that is number 7, Stranger Than Heaven. Hey, that rhymes. Number 6 is actually going to be Black Ops 7. Call of Duty. because this was a trailer that everyone was excited for, and then they saw it was Call of Duty, and they were like, oh man, I don't give a fuck. But the truth is, this was a really good trailer, and it's intriguing. Characters from mostly like sort of Black Ops 2 era, and it seems like we're continuing the story of, is it like Mason's grandson or son? I can't remember. And yeah, it just I think if they do this right, this could be the big Call of Duty campaign revival, maybe since Black Ops 2. Which is crazy, because I feel like that's like 15 years ago at this point. But the Call of Duty campaigns have not been anything special for a long time. And, you know, as you can see by the trailer, which is hopefully playing behind me, the visuals, like, even in this, like, you know, pre-rendered cutscene, it's also going to be leaning into this whole, like, kind of AI robot future being, like, potentially horrific. The combination of man and machine. And I think that it looks pretty hype. And that is my number 6. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Now it's time for another honorable mention, which I know some people are very excited about. I'm excited because I've not played it, and I feel like if it's like a good remake, then I will play it. And that is Persona 4 Revival, I think it's called. Yeah, Persona 4 Revival gets an honorable mention because it's Persona. Something that I have been trying to get into for years. I own, like, I think I own 3, 4, and 5. And yeah, Persona 4 is actually my favorite Persona soundtrack, I think. That being remade is going to be great. Give me more Lotus juice, please. So, honorable mention, Persona 4 Revival. Okay, so number 5. Now this is a difficult one because we're really getting into, like, some rarefied air here. But weirdly, the game I'm actually picking for number 5 is No Ghosts at the Grand. And I don't know if it was an indie game, but it's gonna be like a fucking like mystery game set in like a hotel. It's made by like Friday Sunday, which I looked on Steam and they didn't have like any other games. But this was like really funny, and I thought like, oh, it's gonna be like a hotel, you know, like cleanup, like management, that kind of thing. And it's like got the guy singing, and it's like, oh, it's kind of like, it's like, you know, funny. English people are weird. And then the guy's like, yeah, we gotta spray our fucking cult messages everywhere. I was like, what? And then you have a cat in your fucking bicycle, and then the fucking earth like opens up and it's like all cosmic, and there's a fucking Cthulhu demon, and I don't know whether I'm evil or not evil, but also it's a musical, and it kind of blew my mind, I'll be honest. I was like, this is real? What's happening? And that's the exact kind of thing I want from like a weird kind of indie game. Maybe it's not indie, it's like AA probably instead of AAA, but yeah, I will absolutely play this day 1. Well, maybe not day 1, like day 3. Yeah, that's my number 5. There are no ghosts at the Grand. And then number 4, nothing, because there's nothing deserves to be number 4. Okay, number 4, I hate it here. I hate it. This doesn't deserve to be on the list. But number 4 is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, which was not announced at this event, but this was the most we saw of it. This game looks so fun, and you know what, I'm kind of over Mario Kart, I think. It's time for the rise of the other kart racers. And they showed us that it's got crossover characters. There's Ichiban from Yakuza, and his cart looks like a dragon. Say that again. There is the Jonkler from Persona, and Hatsune Miku is in the game, which excites me because maybe we'll get Hatsune Miku like start singing and go Miku Miku Bee. She hit me with it. So yeah, I think that this looks great, and Sonic games deserve some love every now and then, so that's why it's going at number 4. And you know what? I'll be happy to play it with my friends who don't have a Nintendo Switch 2 because they're fucking expensive, and I refuse to pay $80 for Mario Kart. Well, I guess I'll be probably playing the same for Sonic. So that's my number 4, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Maybe this shouldn't be on my list, but I don't give a fuck because it's my list. That's an honorable mention, and I'm going with Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Basically, this is just like the collection of like all the old like Mortal Kombat games, but I mean, we've essentially not had these games in forever. I mean, I owned the classic collection on 360, but yeah, we're getting like Mortal Kombat 4, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and I think it said like and more, so we'll get that weird like Sub-Zero spin-off. But yeah, a lot of these games have like not been playable for a long time on like modern stuff, and also they've all got fucking rollback netcode, so you'll be able to play them online. And I have very fond memories of playing Mortal Kombat. Not so much in like an arcade, although I think there was a Mortal Kombat arcade machine in my local one. And I did play a lot of it when I was in Chicago at the Galloping Ghost arcade. But I did play a lot of Mortal Kombat as a kind of teenager, early teens. Like, I played a lot of the classic collection with my friends. I had that on Xbox 360 as well. And then I used to go to my friends and we would do Mortal Kombat 9 tournaments. I mean, that was kind of more the one that I grew up with, which kind of ages me. But it also makes me seem young because they're only on like Mortal Kombat 1 now. So actually I've gone back in time. So yeah, I think this game looks great because it's just a port, but honorable mention for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Now number 3 is actually gonna be Silent Hill F, and this is the new Silent Hill game, and I believe it's written by the guy who did like the When They Cry series, like Higurashi, which was of course a classic. And we've not seen that much of it. This was the most we saw of it, I think. So you're playing as like a Japanese girl. It's set in like a small Japanese town. It's a welcome change to what I feel like maybe the Silent Hill town is like overused at this point, especially as we've just had Silent Hill remake, Silent Hill 2 remake, and now we're getting Silent Hill 1 remake, and I feel like, yeah, you maybe just take it like away from there for like one game, and then they can go back at some other time. So yeah, I thought this looked really fun. The enemies looked quite terrifying, and I'm really interested in this this girl's plight through her town, and I assume all her friends and classmates and stuff are dead, which is great. We love that. We love that here. That is also the box art's great. That is number 3, Silent Hill F. And then number 2, what's going to be number 2? Who knows? Well, you guys know that I'm a big fan of Resident Evil. I did stream RE4 Remake, and I think I streamed... Did I stream Village? I think I did. And so my number 2 is Resident Evil 9 Requiem. And this game looks so good. It's a spin-off from Outbreak, but it's mainline, which is crazy. You go back to Raccoon City, you go back to the RPD, it's all destroyed and stuff. Having seen like the demo stuff afterwards, like they released more screenshots and people talked about it. You know, Lisa Trevor might be in the game. There's like first and third person, and potentially like Leon might be the second playable character, so I am extremely happy with how this looks. And of course, I'm happy that they are continuing the series, but I don't have to fucking play as Ethan Winters anymore. So it's going in a good direction. There's not much I can say about it because it was just that one trailer and then what people have said after, but it would have been number 1, but something else took the cake. And that number 1 is Marvel Token Fighting Souls, which is the new Marvel fighting game by Arc System Works, or Arxis as most people call them. Everything is like inspired like Japanese designs, like, you know, the heroes, and of course like Iron Man's got this great design which is a little bit kind of Gundam looking. It's I mean, what's the term, like tokusatsu? Like, it reminds me of like Power Rangers-esque as well, like Beyond Godzilla, like Sentai, like all that kind of stuff. So the designs are great. It's got some actual interesting characters in there, seemingly, like Miss Marvel. Like, who would have thought Kamala Khan would have been in this game? And she looks great. It's the most interest I've had in Kamala Khan as a character. You got Doctor Doom with insane drip. I mean, this game just looks great, and Arxis is the king. For me, Arxis is the king of fighting games for the last kind of 10 years at least. All their games are just so enjoyable, and I'm glad that they were able to get this contract. As much as I love Marvel vs. Capcom, it's my favorite fighting game series, I think that this is a welcome addition to the current Marvel roster of games, which is like now a tag fighter, a hero shooter, a beat 'em up, and like a turn-based mobile game, and also like the card game Marvel Snap. And then also we're getting like a single-player one based on Captain America and Black Panther during World War II. So Marvel games go just crazy right now, so it's exciting. So that was my number one. Number one, Marvel Token Fighting Souls. Of course, again, subjective list, but I was pretty happy with all the events overall. I think that the Xbox One was a little bit lacking, although they did kind of tease that there'd be like a Halo, potentially like the Halo Combat Evolved remaster, but they didn't actually say that, and I mean that's what everyone has got from that, is like, oh, they're talking about Halo? Said, oh, we're remaking a game that's been with us from the beginning. It's like, gotta be talking about Halo. So that Unreal Engine remaster, when it gets shown in like Gamescom or Game Awards at the end of the year, it's gonna be a long ass wait. But yeah, that's my top 10 list. Let me know if there's any games that you were excited for from any of the Summer Games Fest stuff. Overall, it's a pretty good list, and generally we got pretty spoiled for choice with the amount of games that were announced. Oh, it's kind of sad when they're like 2026. It's like, oh god, that's so far away. And then you look at the calendar and it's like, oh, that's not that far away. So maybe I'll do another one of these when it's the Game Awards or something, or Gamescom. Yeah, I'll do something. Tokyo Game Show, that's the other one. Yeah. Thank you, and I'll see you guys for my next event, or stream, or video, or random appearance in the wild. So yeah, thanks guys. I will see you next time. Peace.